When Kate Hudson asked Goldie Hawn to dance, the audience went mad for their mother-daughter moves. The relationship between a mother and her daughter is usually one of the strongest in a family unit. Kate Hudson can certainly attest to that, as she and her mom, Goldie Hawn, guest hosted an episode of the Ellen DeGeneres Show in January 2019. However, during their introduction, Hudson had an interesting request for the Hollywood legend. Born in November 1945, Hawn grew up in Washington, D.C., alongside her parents and older sister, Patti. As a youngster, she took a real interest in dancing, with her mother Laura operating a school for dancers at that time. On that note, the future star focused her attention on tap dancing and ballet in particular. During Hawn's teenage years, she became a student at the American University in Washington, which eventually led to a big decision. Indeed, the aspiring dancer opted to leave college to pursue her passion of ballet at that point. She established her own specialized school for the art form, before showcasing her talents as a performer in New York. However, Hawn's life changed forever in 1967. That year, she made her small screen debut in the television comedy show Good Morning, World, starring the likes of Ronnie Skell and Joby Baker. The Washington native went on to appear in 20 episodes of the series, ahead of its cancellation a year later. Despite that disappointment, though, 1968 was another important year in Hawn's fledgling career. She returned to TV screens in the sketch show Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, featuring in more than 60 episodes over the next 2 years. In addition to that, the actress also made her big screen debut during that period. Hawn was cast in a Disney movie titled The One and Only, Genuine, Original Family Band, taking on a character simply known as Giggly Girl. While working on the film, she was introduced to co-star Kurt Russell, her future partner. Following that appearance, the rising star bagged 2 more big screen roles in 1969. Off the back of that win, Hawn was then cast in a number of other projects throughout the 1970s. Indeed, she starred in films such as The Heist, There's a Girl in My Soup and Butterflies Are Free during that period. One of her most lauded performances, however, came in 1974. Hawn joined the cast of Steven Spielberg's tense drama The Sugarland Express, taking on the lead role of Lou Jean. Up to that point, the actress was best known for her work in comedies, but she showcased her dramatic skills to great effect in that movie. From there, she continued to establish herself as a Hollywood mainstay. After working with Spielberg, Hawn appeared in movies such as Foul Play, Shampoo and Lovers and Liars at the back end of the 1970s. In 1980, though, she then scored one of her most recognizable roles. The Oscar winner starred in the comedy drama Private Benjamin, a film she also produced. Private Benjamin was incredibly well received on release, earning close to $70 million at the domestic box office. With that in mind, the film also picked up 3 Academy Award nominations, including a nod for Hawn as Best Actress. Unfortunately for her, though, she lost out on the Oscar to Sissy Spacek that year. Hawn and Russell then starred in another movie together, taking on the lead roles in the romantic comedy Overboard in 1987. The Washington native was then cast in some notable releases throughout the 1990s. Indeed, she appeared in films such as Death Becomes Her, House Sitter and The First Wives Club during that period. Following Hawn's appearance in 2002's The Banger Sisters, however, she didn't return to the big screen for another 15 years. The Hollywood star eventually came back in 2017, joining the cast of Snatched. That wouldn't be her last film that year, though, as she took on the role of the narrator in SPF 18. While Hawn has enjoyed a memorable career as an actress, she also became a parent in the 1970s. During her marriage to Bill Hudson, the star had 2 children, Oliver in 1976 and Kate in 1979. After that, she and Russell had a child in 1986, naming him Wyatt Russell. That young trio eventually joined their parents in the world of entertainment. The path that Hawn's daughter took to reach that goal, though, bore some similarity to her own journey. Born in April 1979, Kate Hudson grew up in California and Colorado alongside her mother and Russell, looking to follow in their footsteps. After completing her studies at high school, the future movie star then had a big decision to make. Some 12 months prior to Hudson's graduation, she'd already made her small screen debut in the 1996 television show Party of Five. The teenager also appeared in another program, titled Easy Streets, that same year. Despite those credits, she was all set to become a student at New York University following high school. Hudson followed Desert Blue with an appearance in the rom-com 200 Cigarettes, but the film wasn't well received on release. Alongside the poor reviews, the movie only made $6.8 million at the domestic box office from an estimated budget of $6 million. However, everything changed for the actor in the year 2000. After featuring in films like Dr. T and the Women and About Adam, Hudson scored a role in Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous that year. Taking on the character of Penny Lane, she produced a memorable performance that cemented her place as one of Hollywood's hottest rising stars. In addition, she also picked up an Oscar nomination for her work. From there, Hudson appeared in a number of other movies throughout the 2000s, such as The Four Feathers, Raising Helen and The Divorce. In 2004, though, the California native became a parent herself, giving birth to her son Ryder. After that, she returned to the big screen in 2005's The Skeleton Key. In more recent times, Hudson enjoyed a busy 2016 as she featured in 3 major releases. The actress first appeared in Kung Fu Panda 3, lending her voice to the character of Mei Mei. After that, she starred in the romantic comedy Mother's Day alongside Jennifer Aniston, before joining the cast of Deepwater Horizon. Sitting next to Han, Hudson explained how close she was to giving birth at that point. "Let's just say you've probably never had anyone this pregnant on your show before," she informed DeGeneres in September 2018. "Really, it looks like you could be due any second," the host responded. Han then spoke about the role she played when Hudson gave birth to her second child, Bingham, in 2011. The Hollywood legend suggested that she wasn't particularly helpful on that occasion, bringing a pizza into the hospital. Alongside that, the Washington native also had a flower on hand to use as a visual aid for her daughter. Following Han and Hudson's memorable appearance on the show in 2018, they returned in January 2019, albeit in a rather different capacity. The mom and daughter were, in fact, standing in for DeGeneres as guest hosts on that occasion. And much like before, their chemistry proved a big hit with the live studio audience. Dressed in a white jumpsuit, Han joined her daughter on stage as she opened the program, much to the delight of the audience. At that point, Hudson spoke about her reaction to being asked to guest host DeGeneres Show, which drew a humorous response from her giddy mother. On that note, Han gives a bit of background to the quip. "The last time we were on the show, we were definitely ourselves, weren't we?" she continues. "And that's why I didn't think we'd be invited back again." From here, Hudson recalls their previous appearance on the program, revealing some interesting information along the way. "There's one thing that happens on this show that Mom's the most excited about," Hudson says before shooting Han a glance. "What?" she replies with a smile. "Twitch," her daughter responds, pointing at DeGeneres DJ, Steven, Twitch boss. After looking over at him, the Washington native can't hide her excitement. "Here's the thing," Han says. "I love Ellen so much, but when I first did her show, I did it really 'cause I got to dance with her. And now we get to dance on our own. And I'm so excited." From here, Twitch plays Best of My Love by the Emotions over the speakers, with the hosts showing their skills on the stage. That segment was subsequently uploaded on YouTube by the show's official channel in January 2019, drawing a big response from online users. Indeed, the video has earned over 900,000 views and close to 8,000 likes on the website. In addition to that, it's also generated more than 560 comments, with one in particular standing out. As for the rest of the show, Han and Hudson chatted with both Gwyneth Paltrow and someone else they knew very well. Oliver Hudson rounded off the guests, spending time with his mom and sister on the stage. Meanwhile, the pair also recalled the birth of the California native's third child back in October 2018. "The doctor was sort of like this, leaning down, doing the thing," Han recalled on the show. "And I'm trying to get in on him to try to look over his shoulder. Now I see the head and I'm going, oh, there's the head. Then it went back, and he said, Goldie, if you get any closer, you're going to fall in." Away from daytime television, it seems, Han and Hudson have had contrasting schedules. Indeed, the former was last seen in the 2018 Netflix movie The Christmas Chronicles, featuring alongside Russell and her son, Oliver. As for her daughter, she's set to appear in 2 future releases titled Music and Blood Moon. Do you know when Kate Hudson asked Goldie Hawn to dance, the audience went mad for their mother-daughter moves? Know everything about this and share your thoughts in the comment box. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more related videos.